event, if the choice is made that they would go to court as threatened, then we will deal with that matter when it comes. I think that is the summary of the 4 points. Now, without further ado, let me invite Senator Wambua to read to you our issues, followed by Dr. Halwale, and then if there are any questions, we will then take them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Co-Chair. This is the list of issues for discussion as presented by Azimio La Umoja One Kenya Coalition Bipartisan Dialogue Team. 1, cost of living. 2, audit of the 2022 presidential elections results. 3, restructuring and reconstitution of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, and related matters. 4, measures to prevent interference with political parties. And 5, outstanding constitutional matters, including governance issues, effective checks and balances, and the question of boundaries delimitation. I thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Halwale.
Dr. Halwale, on behalf of the Kenya Kwanza Coalition and the issues that have been presented.
Thank you, Chairs. This is the list of the Kenya Kwanza preliminary issues that we have tabled this afternoon. There are 7. 1, reconstitution of the IEBC Commissioner Selection Panel. 2, the 2/3 gender rule. The entrenchment of the National Government Constituency Development Fund, the National Government Affirmative Action Fund, and the Senate Oversight Funds in the Constitution. 3, the creation of the office of the leader of the official opposition. 4, resolving insecurity problems, including banditry and urban gangs, and proposing measures to deal with the impunity on the part of those who should bear responsibility. 3, legal framework to give effect to Article 37 of the Constitution of Kenya so as to regulate the conduct and assignment of responsibilities to different parties, including organizers of demonstrations. 6, electoral reforms to ensure closure of the electoral outcomes for post-election peace and national stability, including measures to forestall a repeat of the events of the 15th of August 2022 that occurred at Bomas, resulting in a declaration crisis. 7, review the legal policy and administrative safeguards to protect government and state institutions from state capture. I thank you.
So, members of the press, our joint secretaries will give you copies as soon as we are done of the respective issues as tabled. As we have announced, we are continuing with the deliberations tomorrow from 10 a.m. Are there any questions? There's one there, but let's just get an indication. Who else has a question? So it's only one?
Yeah.
Oh.
2 or 3.
Okay.
We take the 3.
So we take those 3. Let's start with you.
So much for them, the man of talk of HMS. You seem to have made some headway in the talks. And the issues that you've agreed with both sides to discuss, do you think they can be resolved without going for a referendum? In the end?
As we have indicated, we have tabled the issues. We will come to the stage when we will start the substantive discussion on them. Only at that point would we know whether they require an amendment to the Constitution and whether it's an amendment that would require referendum. At this stage, it would be too early to say. I think there was the second one.
Yes.
The gentleman.
that understanding, moving forward, especially starting tomorrow, what are some of the things you expect to discuss between the meeting?
You expect us to discuss the various issues tabled, and we will go on them one by one. Yes. Yes.
No, you came first. You came first.
Yes. Okay.
You came first.
Yes,
No, you was. No,
the gentleman and then the lady. Yes.
The gentleman
Continue.
and the lady, for good order.
Yes.
I'm Chris Owino from Ramogi TV. One of the issues that was not agreed upon was the structure of these talks. There's a new review that it should be extra parliamentary. Well, Kenya Kwanza vote for the parliamentary way. Have you agreed on that?
By last week, as we indicated to you, there were three things that were major, which were outstanding: the framework agreement, the tabling of the issues, and the settling on the nature of the talks. Today, we have resolved two of them. Tomorrow morning, among others, the nature of the talks will take center stage and will report to you. The lady now.
Minister Mutai, my question is, you already now have the framework agreement, and this is what will be presented to Parliament through a notice of motion. I don't know if that is coming, and whether we now expect the next, whether members will be for the issues that you've agreed on or not.
That question is related to the previous one. The nature of talks includes what we call formalization of this team. And as explained last week, we were exploring three different channels. The first channel is the parliamentary route. And if it was the parliamentary route, then you'd be right. It would be the question of tabling of a motion and all that for the joint committee. But the next issue we're exploring, which we'll discuss again tomorrow in detail, is the executive route, where you use an executive order to constitute the team. And I think you're familiar with that previously. The third route is what we call the sui generis route, where we talk of exercise of sovereignty under Article 1, where you do not need to be formally constituted, provided there's political goodwill. So those three options are the ones we are still examining tomorrow. Yes. I believe we are done. The very last one.
Okay, TV 47.
Yes.
From Kenya Kwanza side, we've spoken about the issue of Article 37 legal effect on demonstrations. I would like to know what are the expectations, because we heard there's been talking about those barazas go hand in hand with the
My brother, and for the benefit of everyone, that will be part of what will be discussed when we reach at that issue. When we discuss, we'll be able to brief you. Stay tuned for next week.
Thank you very much, and apologies for keeping you waiting for long.
No, that will not come tomorrow. That will not come tomorrow.
Now,